It is now 3, so I'm unmuting my mic. I'm just gonna make sure that everyone has their, everyone is in. Alright. Okay. And Ubernaut's in. Blood Otaku is in. We need to make sure Jeff isn't currently here. He's in the lobby, but he's not in the Discord, and he's also away spectating. That might make it a bit difficult to reach him if he's spectating a match. Jeff 29. We're about to start. Please let me know that you are here. And Baghead is there. X222 is not someone who's participating. Let's switch it over to the bracket for now and see what's going on here. I'll need to readjust the size of that bracket. That was when it was still a double elimination. Okay. Hey there, Tarao. So, player 171 is 29 Jeff 29, who is currently spectating, so he's in the room, but he just recently joined. If I can't reach him within 3 more minutes at 3:05, we'll have to start without him. And there's not really much I know of that I can do to reach him. Oh, I think he just went normal. Okay. Okay, so let me just double check that everyone's here. I'm pretty sure Blood Otaku said he was going to check in, so I'll just check him in manually. And now I know that they're here. So, we can start now. Process check-in results. And let's start this thing. So, first up, yes, we have Blood Otaku and 29 Jeff 29, or player 171 as he goes on the bracket. So, yeah, I'll just post this here. Blood Otaku versus 29. Please start your match and set the rules to best of 3. I'll wait until they start their match. Oh, we've lost someone. Oh no, he's back. Never mind. Nope. Nope. It's Blood Otaku versus 0171 on the bracket. So yeah. What's taking them to start? Blood's hitting accept. I'm not seeing that they've started a match yet, so... Oh, here we are. Okay, so we have our first match. Blood Otaku versus Player 171, and I should swap the names around. Player 171 is going Hisenko, and Blood Otaku is going Ken. Otaku is mixing things around, while Player 17... well, I'll just call him Jeff. While Jeff is building quite a few big crystals. And that happens sometimes on netplay. And there's a chain. And just move the window a bit. And Blood Otaku is already supered. That was a quick first round. Oh, and for the record, just to explain how this is going to go, since I don't know if it was clear with how it has been explained, winning twice in-game counts as one win for how we're keeping this track of the score. So, yeah. Similar to a regular fighting game. And there's another chain, and Player 1 and Jeff gets a point. You do 1 to 2 more rounds. I think they closed the game. Best of 3. Okay, yeah, I guess I'll have to figure out how to better explain what's going on here. It's best of 3 is like, to make in-game is to structure it like how, a round of a fighting game requires players to win against their opponent twice, and then doing that grants one point, and then it's best of 3 for the... yeah, that's... Okay. I'll try to... that. Like, normal fighting game tournaments. Yeah, okay. They figured out how to explain it for me. Thank you. Alright. It's... in-game best of 3 is 1 round win for the set. For the set. 2 round wins for the set is a win. That sounds correct. That sounds correct. Why isn't the message sending? So, I thought that wouldn't need to be explained. So yeah, Jeff versus Blood is still going on. Race to tens. That's how it's handled in Puyo as well. Then let's consider this race to 2 games. There we go. Figured out how to explain it. Alright. I'll close the Fightcade window right now. Now, with that settled, please continue. Please continue. No, it's still, it's not done. It's not done. Two round. Yeah. He won 1 game so far. All right. The set is a collection of games. A set is multiple games, and a game has multiple rounds. First to 2 game wins the set. Blood, please continue your set. Sadly, we've already okay. You've won 2 rounds, which means you've won 1 game. You need 1 more game win to win the set. Yes, okay, now, hopefully, he's got it. Okay. I've gotten so used to hosting tournaments for Blades Blue and Skullgirls and games that already have that system in place for tournaments. Yes. 2 sets, best of 3 each. Okay, and they've begun again. Okay, now we're moving on. Alright, so they're hopping straight into it. No character changes, from what I can tell. I'm pretty sure Blood Otaku was Ken before and is still Ken now. I believe Jeff's trigger is that green right there. Well, Blood Otaku is gonna eat a super. Very. We're getting quite a bit of buffering issues. Well, not issues now. I wonder what exactly causes that, aside from just it being net play for an old game. Ooh. Okay. Also, sorry if my commentary is rather lackluster. For one, I'm on my own today, which means I'm gonna be a lot quieter than usual. And two, I don't play this game competitively, so there's not much I can say, aside from comparing it to Puyo Puyo. Let's just mute that for the stream. Seems like they ended the game. But yeah, that's 2 for player 171, aka Jeff, and so he moves on. Well, he takes a win. This is a round robin. So that's 1 win for Jeff. Next up, we have at Baghead. I don't need the at symbol. Versus Ubernaut. Please begin your match. Currently waiting on them to begin their match. Ah, there we are. And let me change the names. Ooh, going classic Ryu versus Ken. Alright then. Do we have a desync? Or... Oh, Baghead's not ready yet, apparently. What is going on here? I didn't update the names. Thought I did. Forgot to save. Yeah, I don't... Round numbers? I updated the names. Wait. I think they closed it again. Oh boy. Oh, wait, they didn't change round numbers. They probably didn't... Probably talking about the setting in game. Yeah, didn't notice. Alright. Okay, there we go. Now it's changed. Was about to say. But I think, yeah, I think we've, begun with, the two. So, yeah, Baghead's going Senko, and Ubernaut going with Donovan. Ubernaut building a wall on the right side. Not quite the Harpy strategy from Puyo Puyo. More like the frog, I think. Oh, that's not quite a super yet, but I think that's a win for Ubernaut. We're not building a big crystal. Two big crystals. And Baghead's just placing things in random areas. Okay, he's starting to build a big red crystal. I'm not entirely sure myself on how the scoring system works, like what happens if you match up two cores, we'll call them, together versus matching a core with a crystal. Ubernaut with the heavy assault. But Baghead's pulling it back, it looks like. I like how, even in her losing animation, Hisenko is still tipping on one. Oh, did I accidentally give Ubernaut a point when it wasn't over yet? Oh well. And Baghead has swapped to Morgan. We're not building a big blue crystal. No doubt leading to aiming for some big combos. Ooh, quite the combo there to close things out. They both seem to be following some kind of pattern for how they place their blocks. Which ultimately makes sense. I just can't really catch on to how effective certain strategies are, or not yet. But clearly Ubernaut seems to have the superior playing at the moment. Can Baghead pull it back? Alright. Ubernaut takes it. And so he moves, and that's a point for Ubernaut in the brick. That's a win for Ubernaut. Next up we have Baghead versus Jeff. Did I accidentally close scoreboard? Whoops. Alright, well. And once more, they're hopping straight into it. Jeff will stomp me out harder than I got you there. Going for symmetry. Jeff building up something a lot faster than Ubernaut is. But Baghead, not Ubernaut. Baghead got the first attack, but it was not really strong enough to close things out. The best bet Baghead has here, I believe, is to try and attack with a powerful enough attack to halt Jeff's momentum when his stack is high. At the current speed he's playing, that might not be possible. Jeez! Alright then. There's a point for Jeff. Now I'm starting to catch on to how combos happen in this game. And dang. That closed it out. And so, next up we have... I closed scoreboard again instead of closing Fightcade. What am I doing? What am I doing? Alright. So the winner there was Jeff. And I'll go ahead and refresh the bracket so people can see the proper standings. There we go. Next up we have Tarao versus Blood Otaku. Okay, Camion and Blood Otaku. And I don't need to swap the names. They're both going with Ken, it looks like. So far. Unless there's issues, since Blood Otaku hasn't chosen his character yet. And I'm gonna assume that does not mean that there's an issue. Okay. Okay. You press F2. So that's what it was. There you go. Yeah, I have the specific settings set in the, written in the rule set, but primarily most of them are the same as normal. It's just setting the 2p max round to 3. No, not 1p max round, 2p. There we go. You can also change the coin slot thing to, free play if you want, for convenience sake, but it doesn't really matter. They added a coin slot button for a reason. Please be sure to keep an eye on the chat if you decide to play outside the tournament. Okay, so they are both going Ken. Camion with an early attack of 3. Stronger attack. Oh, dang. Blood Otaku, not letting up. Alright, Kamion's stack is pretty high. And there's no cores in sight, except for these ones. Kamion's probably hoping for quite a few cores right now. And asking thou shall receive. If not for that blue, that would have won Blood Otaku the game, but it's fine because, nonetheless, that's still a win. Isn't persistent? Yeah, indeed, Ubernaut. And that's why I mentioned to keep an eye on the chat if you're playing another match. Oh, those things on the right of the to the right of the ping show who they're fighting. I see. Kamion's struggling a bit, and Blood Otaku just applying a lot of pressure. That crystal could not have come sooner. Could not have come at a better time. May be able to allow Kamion to bring things back, depending on what drops for Blood Otaku. Oof, yeah, that crystal could not have come at a better time for Kamion. Well, maybe except for a bit earlier, but nonetheless, good work with Kamion on that recovery. Not charging up the green for now. Oh dear. A lot of pressure. This might be the end for it's another point for Blood Otaku. Another win, anyway. Not quite a point yet. Kamion's in a rather bad spot right now. Blue Taku has quite a few cores on the table. Don't know how good of placements they are. But it is better than Kamion's current position. That's death with a super. And that is ear grating. So that goes to Blood Otaku. And next up we have Terao or Camion versus Baghead. This button. Baghead versus... Yeah. Refresh the bracket here. Oh. Camion needs to restart Fightcade. So we'll have to wait for a bit. And he's back. And they're starting. They need to change rounds. They need to change rounds. Camion, press F2. No, he can't hear us. He'll notice that, Baghead isn't doing anything there. Okay, there we go. Yeah, whoever is player 1 in a matchup has to be the one to change the settings to change rounds. Unfortunately, it doesn't work with player 2. Probably to keep from trolling, from an opponent trolling. Can it even take that many credits? I'm not sure if it can. I'm pretty sure it stops at 9 credits. They were starting to go stack similarly there for a moment, and then decided to branch into their own paths. Camion branching to the right, and Baghead branching to upward, primarily. Let's see how these decisions fare for them. Well, Camion gets in one tiny hit. One jab, if you will. Ooh. A counter from Baghead. Slight combo for Baghead. A lot of pressure coming from Baghead's side. In his attempt to fight back against Camion's onslaught. That's gonna hurt. Camion having some issues here. Let's see if he can survive. Not really a good way that crystal could have been used there, unfortunately. I just noticed the slight animation of Senko's eyes in that animation. Interesting. I think the problem of why I'm having a bit of trouble seeing how combos will work in this game is because I'm so used to looking at Puyo Puyo, and so when I see the players stacking their crystals and atoms, I think about how it would work in Puyo Puyo, and it just doesn't work that way. To my knowledge, the stairs setup isn't in this game, for instance. Another Hadouken. And a Shoryuken. That looks like it's the end for Baghead. Not quite yet. Now it is. Alright, so even for that game. Let's see who takes the point. Let me just confirm who's up next after them. Bernard and Jeff, got it. Baghead with a small combo. That's gonna deal decent damage. good pressure. That'll help Camion out defensively. I'm surprised. Wonder why Camion didn't go for the combo into yellow there. Probably for reasons that make sense to others. Probably for reasons that make sense to everyone but me. So earlier this was heavily not in Camion's favor, and he seems to have not necessarily turned this around, but put himself in a much better spot. Crystal on blue. I seem to have cleaned things up a bit for Baghead. What would be hilarious is if someone went Dan in this tournament. And Camion gets a point. Alright, typing done. Oh no! Some people are actually considering it. Bandittos, oh my gosh. Wait, aren't they? Oh my gosh, and they're up next. Oh boy. I just had to mention it, didn't I? Clearly, I had to mention it. It's going to be either very long matches or someone's going to get curb stomped instantly. Let's have a Dan-off about to happen. Alright, Camion attempting to defend. Didn't really work out there. Also not there. Baghead is doing very well with the pressure right now. Spoke too soon. still, that pressure has certainly paid off. That early pressure has certainly paid off for Baghead in terms of advantage. Yeah, now all Baghead can do is hope for the best. And that didn't happen. Is that a point for Baghead? That is a point for Baghead. And again, I won with ease. Oh, I get how that works now. Like, 2 players play with 1 credit, but you can't continue into arcade mode. But if you want to play with 2 credits, you can continue into arcade mode. I see. By choosing single player. I was wondering why it had an option for 2 player when you could just do that from single player. But that's because with the 2 player option, you can choose to play with just 1 credit, but after that, it's immediately over. I see. Interesting placement. I'm seeing a lot of places where a score could be gotten but isn't for some reason. But I don't know if those are necessarily good plays or bad plays due to my experience. So that's why I'm not commenting on that aspect too much. Things are not looking good for Baghead here. Uh-oh. Alright, now it's even. Match point. Baghead creating a vein of green here. Problems could be happening for Camion here. Well, that vein paid off in terms of getting that crystal just in time. In terms of defense, as now Camion has the advantage. Yeah, that paid off. And Camion takes the set. I have proven the difference between us. You just suck. Alright. So, put that down. Camion 1. And now we have Ubernaut versus Jeff. Oh boy. This is happening. This is gonna be great. Alright, let's see. Ubernaut versus player 171. How did I manage that? Yeah, both of them are away. Oh. Yeah, I should be marked as away. Twin. Okay, there we go. I don't have to swap the names because Jeff is hosting. So I'll preemptively do it. Yep. Oh boy, this is happening. Dan versus Dan. So, for those that don't know, the thing about Dan is, well, every character plays basically the same in terms of general play, but their counter gem, aka the garbage that they send over, varies from character to character, based on the colors and the positions where they can appear. Dan's is special in that he only sends over red gems. So either things can work out greatly in his favor if the opponent doesn't get red cores, or things can go horribly for him. Yeah, case in point, if a red core is gotten here, things will be awful for Jeff. Okay, I mean, he still has to time out, but yeah. Yes, exactly. That's exactly what it's like to play Dan. It's just about who can deal with their counter gems better and faster and first. Because there's gonna be a lot of red flying around. Dang! Okay, that worked out well. Ubernaut was almost dead. And things don't look too good for, no wait, Jeff was almost dead, and now Ubernaut's dead. So what will happen next? Oh, I didn't change the names. Sorry. Oh, you know what it was? I did change the names, but then I swapped them around and I forgot to save it, so that's why it didn't update. Sorry. That's gonna hurt quite a bit. Yeah, you really have to know how to chain if you want to win as Dan. That much I know. Alright, let's see if Jeff can recover. Okay, it pays to have cores in place already. Okay, there's a red core. Let's see if he can wait it out. Yes, he can. It's just back and forth. There's a point for Ubernaut. That's an interesting play, Jeff. Hitting the coin button a few times. And that's gonna hurt. Full screen. Full screen. Full screen death. Say what you will about Dan, but this game shows he's super powerful and super dangerous. It's just the question about who he's dangerous towards, and the answer is himself. You know what time it is. What time is it? I'd say death time. Death time, yep. It's just back and forth. There's no telling who's gonna win this. It's no longer about skill at this point. I mean, that's still a part of it. That still plays a factor, but now it's entirely up to whichever way the Wheel of Fate wishes to turn. It's glorious. I swear he keeps saying Zakena, and that immediately makes me think Pretty Cure, since I've been watching a lot of that recently. That's gonna be bad. For you! And we're going to game 3! Also, what's up with that tiny Dan in the victory pose? Why don't they just use his portrait? A Limp Bizkit reference. Unfamiliar. Full screen death. Well, almost full screen, that is. Did I say set? Oh, that was Baghead who said it. Jeff's place almost looking clean for a bit there, then now it's looking very red. And now, Bernard looking very dead. And Jeff wins. Yeah. Alright. So, after that amazingness, next up we have Terrell versus Ubernaut, aka Camion. I was about to say Kirino for some reason, and then I was like, no, that's not it. And with that, we only have 4 rounds to go, and then this tournament, and then we'll see who wins the tournament. Uh-oh. Oh, they're discussing Dan versus Dan again. It's happening. Oh no. Oh no. Is this just gonna devolve into being the rest of the tournament is Dan Ditto? Should this now be called Super Dan Fighter 2 Turbo Tournament? No, Super Puzzle Fighter 2 Dan. Recycle it, don't trash it. Okay, Camion doesn't know how to play as Dan. Oh, something happened to his controls. Are they in the game? No, they're not. They're going over how to play as Dan. I know the code for Devilot, and it seems like it's similar. It's similar for all 3 of the unlockable characters, Devilot, Akuma, and Dan. It's just a matter of how many times you press down before the timer. "13 times." No, wait, 13 is for Devilot, right? Oh, it's a matter... No, it's 13. It's a matter of when you press the button. Before 10 seconds is up, it will probably be Akuma. After 10 seconds is up is Dan. And on 10 seconds is Devlot, I would think. Ah, here we are. Let's get in this game. Are they still playing? Okay, there. Alright, so it's Ken versus Donovan. Because Camion didn't want to go Dan. So Ubernaut has quite the stack. Doesn't seem to be much cohesion here. But if he gets that blue... Ouch. And the emulator is having a heart attack. Okay, so it seems like we missed a few it seems like we missed a few rounds there. Ubernaut won the point. I had to remember who was Donovan. Oh, wait. No, that's not. You need to change rounds! Oh dear. Yeah, that's, how to tell them. Camion, you need to press F2. F. Okay, well, we'll for this we'll stick with best of one until. So Ubernaut won one round. We'll deal with it once. They're probably going to treat this as best of three, and then we'll explain afterward what's going on. Okay, so that's 1 point for Ubernaut. 2 and change the rules to those 3. Okay. Yeah, that first, the first 2 rounds there will count just because it was essentially the same result as a best of 2 for Ubernaut. But now we'll stick with best of 3. Did I say best of 2? I meant best of 3. Let me just mute that. Did they close? No, they're still in. Okay, there we go. Emulator just had a heart attack there. Oh no. Ubernaut. You're not. You're not. You are. Oh my gosh. The true God has arrived. Oh my gosh. Well, that's gonna do a lot. And Ubernaut takes one round. Dang. That ultimate taunt, man. Okay, close. So that just happened. And I think they just put that down manually. Alright. Yeah, because I didn't put down that result. But it's already posted here. So, yeah, on that note, next up we have Blood Otaku versus Baghead. Can't beat Dan. Dan can actually be good if you can counter like a champ. Or hit hard and fast enough to overwhelm. Can't beat Dan. And then the emoji. Baghead versus Blood Otaku. You're up. Love Dan. So yeah, we're just waiting for that fight to start. Ah, there we are. And so now we have Baghead going Senko and Blood Otaku going Ken. That's a character matchup we've seen quite a few times now, I think. Unless my memory is failing me. And Blood Otaku sending Baghead into... oh... Sending? Really? Making back... Blood Otaku has had quite a huge advantage, but now it's looking quite the opposite. And Blood Otaku entirely as planned, apparently. Well, he didn't say that. That's what it seemed like. That's quite a lot of red. Yeah, that's bad for Blood Otaku. Just needed to get that crystal in there. And Blood Otaku takes a point. Oh, I see that Baghead has swapped out Senko for Felicia. No, it looks like the battle's still going on. Unless... it's probably just having a heart attack for a moment. There we go. I think Baghead is... yep, Baghead is dead. Okay. I mean, we're getting close to the end of the tournament. It's just this and then 2 other matches left until we're done. But, yeah, it's not over just yet. Hold your horses. Ooh. Oh dear. Blue Taku may be in trouble unless this is just as he planned. And now Baghead's in trouble. Can only fight back a tiny bit. Push back a tiny bit. Not necessarily fighting. Alright, it looks like Blood Otaku took it. And now we're on to the... And now we're on to the last 2 matches for... the last 2 sets for the tournament. Ubernaut versus Blood Otaku. Blood Otaku, get back in here. What? Well, that was weird. And Uber not going with his standard Donovan. And Blood Otaku sticking with Ken. Dang. Well, that was a pretty quick match. Blood Otaku is certainly building up a... Waiting for it to stop. There we go. Blood Otaku is certainly building up quite the collection. Ubernauts building towers. However, as a result, Ubernaut doesn't have quite a lot of wiggle room. But he's still managing to make it work. Blood Otaku has a red core sandwiched between two timed blocks. Didn't really do much, but it's still something. I am the one who lives in darkness and shadows it. And once more we have character swaps. Ubernaut going with Senko, and Blood Otaku going with Sakura. I like that panicking animation from, well, it's not exactly a panic animation, just disadvantageous animation. Ugh, that one break was not enough to save Blood there. Oof. I think Blood choked there. And it goes to Ubernaut. And they already put that down. Alright, on that note, finally we have Camion versus Jeff for the final round. Is Jeff still here? Round robin, so that was your last game. Also, there's Jeff. 29 versus Camion. Final round. Good luck. Alright, have they started? Yes, they have. Okay. And we walk into someone getting super comboed. Carry on. What have I walked into? And Camion gets supered again. And again, I won with ease. Taking to their guns or knives, whatever Hisenko, whatever all Hisenko has, and fists in the case of Ken. Well, fists and feet. Punches and kicks. That you do not want to be hit by. And Camion gets taken down again. I think that this is going to be a very fast final round. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Jeff takes that set. Jeff takes that one. Let's refresh the bracket to show it on stream. And the rankings are first place, Jeff. Second place, Ubernaut. Third place, Blood Otaku. Fourth place, I keep wanting to say Kirino and I know it's on. Camion. And Baghead in last place. So that's it for the tournament today. Thank you all. Thank you to everyone. Thank you everyone who participated for participating. And if we had any viewers that weren't participants, thank you very much for tuning in. And that is it for the seasonal Puzzle Fighter 2 tournament. Now, regarding future tournaments, I'm not sure when I'll next host Puzzle Fighter 2, when Crossup Dojo will next host Puzzle Fighter 2, but I can safely say that this is not the last Puzzle Fighter 2 tournament that we will ever host. And regarding tournaments we will be hosting, since it's New Year's and all, talking about New Year's stuff, starting next week, we will continue hosting our regular tournaments for BlazBlue Central Fiction, what is it? Skullgirls and Antinomy of Common Flowers, and we're also beginning to plan for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate tournaments. So be sure to look forward to those. So I want to give Jeff the winner of the week status in Crossup Dojo, but I don't think he's actually in the Discord group, so I am not sure I can. So, well, but yeah. I just realized it was being streamed at the end after it was over. A Dan-only tournament in the future, huh? Maybe. On that note, thank you all for tuning in. Thank you all for participating who participated. That was really fun to watch. And congratulations, Jeff, on your win. And we shall see you all with what happens next. Until then, bye ya!